Welcome back, everybody. My name is Angelica Torres. I'm a developer advocate here at Retool, and today we'll be talking about how to best assemble your UI. Starting with the Retool IDE, we'll go to the left panel and we'll explore the Add UI tab. And in here, you can see all these pre-built React components that are given to you, and you could just simply drag and drop them into the canvas. What's actually on your canvas ends up being your app's interface, so keep that in mind. Now I want to talk through a couple of the components that are provided to you. You have the most commonly used ones, and this could be something like a table, it could be like a button. And as you can see, the table is already populated with this demo data, which is pretty awesome. It shows you like how pretty your table can actually look like. Now let's move on to the text input. There you have stuff like the email, the URL, and the password, and this could be something that you're asking your user to provide. Then you have the number inputs, which I love the rating of the slider just because of how pretty they are, but look, the users can actually now rate your product or rate your movie depending on what app you're building. Next up, we have the select input, and this could be like a checkbox or a switch or a multi-select, up to you. Then you have the date and time input, and the cool thing is that, again, it's according to what design you want to provide for them. So it can just be a calendar like this, or it could be a date like this where the user can just like click through or write the information themselves. Special inputs, which you also have the agents chat, signature, you have microphone, file drop zone, and even a scanner, because not only can you build for the web, but you can also build mobile experiences in Retool. Next up is the buttons. So you have different ways of showing how to click through something or make an action happen. You have data section, then you have charts. This is pretty awesome, especially when you're trying to give a presentation or like show something to stakeholders. In the same way that you have this presentation area, and this is stuff that can be commonly used for you. So a progress bar, a PDF, icons, calendar, avatars, notifications, etc., etc. Then you have the frames, and this is more of like a pop-up window. Let's say that you want to notify something to the user, you want to prompt some sort of information, and you want it to appear in this sort of way. The next thing that I want to show is containers. Containers, again, are the best way to organize your information. Why? Well, because you can move them around all together. And this can be pretty great when we talk about like stuff like that are very individual, like the ones in presentation. So let's say that I want to do a way to select a product and have an image show like statistic information or just tag or progress bar, right? Now I can actually go over here in the container label and I can eliminate the header, and voila, now I can move all this together in its own specific area. So they're just really great. If we talk about the other type of containers that we have is the tabbed container. So this could be something like you want a specific view for this one, but this whole like information is going to be the same, this whole group of things. And then it can even have a specific label, which the best things about label, and I would recommend that you change them to be accordingly to what they are and what they represent, is that when we talk about queries like these, right, we can inject some sort of information, but we need to be able to identify what is the label or the component that we're referring to. If we just make it really generic, as your app grows, it becomes really hard to remember where things were and like what are we trying to refer to exactly. So keep that in mind. Okay, cool. I'll leave that in there. And then to finish up, I want to show the fact that we have Repeatables. So a great example of this would actually be the day 2 of AI Build Week, where I did a chat that had a grid view and I had different components be repeated depending on the data that I was presenting, which in this case was a movie search. So I was presenting different data from the Marvel MCU universe. So go check that out. This is a great example of how the Repeatables work. Then you have the navigation, which we'll cover more when we talk about pages, just specifically like talking about headers and having the navigation be stuck to that. And then lastly, we have integrations, which can be very specific to a strike card form, a Tableau, or a Mapbox map. But if you want to work with anything custom, this could be like an HTML or an iframe. You can drag and drop them And do not worry if you have any sort of thing that is like legacy or is not being used right now, then you can still keep using it. There's nothing to worry about in that case, but we have them at the bottom in case you want to still interact with them. So thank you so much for watching. In this video, you learned how to best assemble your UI. If you want to start exploring or sharing and connecting with other builders, then I'll recommend that you go into our community forum where you can talk to other individuals and check out the projects that they're making. So for now, that's it, but I'll see you next time.